Hi, welcome. Today we are going to discuss about the SharePoint workflows in SharePoint 2013. Okay, first let's see what are the workflows in SharePoint 2013. Actually, workflows are that series of tasks which will execute one by one. I have prepared one document for the SharePoint workflows. I will forward this document to our students uh, once this session is done. Okay, before going to see that workflows demos, we will discuss about that workflows. What are the types we can create using that SharePoint designer? Here that I have listed out. We can create three types of workflows. One is a list workflow, and second one is a reusable workflow, and third one is a site workflow. These three workflows we can create using that SharePoint designer. Okay, what is a list workflow? I will explain here. The list workflow we can create to the particular list, and that workflow cannot be assigned to any other list. But reusable list workflow we can create to multiple lists. So that will be that reusable workflow will be attached to the content type, and that content type can be attached to the multiple workflows. This way, sorry, the reusable workflow we can attach to the multiple lists. So this way we can assign that workflows to the multiple lists. Site workflows. The site workflows we can create for the entire list. So we'll see. I have given description here. Okay, you can read this document. I will send anyway. Okay, let's see now in the designer how we can create that workflows. Here I have opened that SharePoint site in SharePoint designer. Okay, this is that site name. Okay, first let's see that what are the lists are available in that SharePoint site. See, these are the lists available in the site. Okay, go to the workflows and see these are all that global reusable workflows already created in this list. These are all workflows actually predefined. These are came with the template only what we have selected while creating the site collection. Okay, just we can ignore these all global reusable workflow for this training. Okay, now to create a workflow, first we need one list. Okay, see, first we will create a one list for the workflow test workflow. To create a demo workflow, I will create first a school list. The school list I will create three columns like name of the student. I can consider the column title. Okay, now on next column will be marks, and the next column will be the result. Okay, all right, here I will enter the marks into the school list, and the result will be updated with that workflow. How we can create that workflow list workflow, let's check now. Okay, all right, here first I will create a school list just by going to that custom list template. Here just click on the custom list. I can create that school list, and this is the description of the school list. School list, click OK. Now that school list will be created here. See, okay, now click on this and add the columns marks and result. Add the list column. Here marks we can take with that number column marks. Okay, and next result, we can take single line of text result. Now save this and let's go to the site and check here whether that list is created or not. By clicking on that site contents, we can see that new list, it is created here, and just click on this school list, go to that list here. Okay, anyway that columns are not updated. Okay, let's see, go to the designer again. First of all, okay, it is not saved, I think. Still it was shown that star here. Okay, now update, refresh this site. Yes, we got the two columns here. Okay, now go to that workflows and create the workflow on the school list. Test workflow. You can give it as a test list workflow. It's better name. Description of the workflow. Okay, alert. Here just we can select any one of these 2010 workflow or 2013 workflow. Okay, I'm selecting here 2013 workflow. Just click. Okay, now it will open that workflow designer. Let's open that workflow designer. Here you can see the stage 1. Here start typing or use the insert group on the ribbon. Okay, first what I do, I will explain what are the actions are available for the workflows. See here, save, publish, check errors. This is the save option. The publish is nothing but after that workflow is created, uh, after save this workflow, you should have to publish the workflow. If you are not published this workflow will not be uh, attached to the list. Okay, we will see that. Check workflows, check for errors are is nothing but once it is created, you can check any errors using this check for errors. Okay, now here you can check the conditions, what kind of conditions you can give in the condition section, and again that actions, what kind of actions you can perform in the workflow. So these are all the actions we can trigger in the workflow. Okay, and even though here steps also we can create steps like these stages, and loops also we can create, say loop on time, loop n times, loop with condition. These things we can also implement in the workflow. Okay, parallel block we can create. A else branch is disabled now, but this else branch will be enabled when whenever it is needed. I will show that. Okay, views, views are nothing but this is the text based designer view. Actually, if you click on that visual designer view, it will open that visual designer, that is just I will show. See that Microsoft Visual Professional 2013 should be needed for this. I don't have that Microsoft Office Visio Professional 2013 for this, so that is the reason I am not able to show here. Okay, that is that uh, if you have that Visio application in your machine, then you can see that workflow in the design in the visual view. Okay, anyway, I will show you in that another video. Click OK. So these are the workflow settings and initiation form parameters and the local variables. These things I will explain whenever this is required. Okay, now first let's create that condition here. I have taken that if any value, see the condition is if any value equals value. I'm checking the value is here, that marks of the current item. Here marks check marks. Okay, and equals, here it is equals actually, but what I am expecting to create a workflow here. Just let's go to that once notepad. Here I need a workflow like if marks uh, greater than 70, uh, I want to give the distinction for him in the result, and if the marks are greater than 50 and less than 70, then I will give first class, and marks sorry the marks greater than 35 is the pass, and the marks less than 35 is the fail. So that way I want to create the workflow. Let's see. Okay, now what I am doing here, greater than or equal to 70. Okay, here now uh, just a minute. Okay, here I will update that. I will give the action like so I can log also, log to this is passed in distinction. I will show this log where it will create distinction. Okay, okay, perfect. Now here I will add one more action like list action, set current field item, set field in current item, or update an item, update list item, both are same. Set field in current item, set what is the field result. I'm updating this distinction. Okay, right. And in the else condition, just clicking here and go to click on that else branch. So now it will create else branch. Click on this, if any value, again here go to this current item and select marks. Here less than 70 and sorry, just remove this condition. Okay, here click the condition and here again current list item marks, click OK. This should be greater than or equal to 50, right? Now here I want to log the information like is passed in first class, right? And again one more action I want to do it, set field in current item, result, and result first class. Okay, that's fine. Now Again click on that else branch. Here I can enter again here condition. What is my condition here? If the current item marks are less than 50 and greater than 35, and again I am selecting here if condition here, sorry, it should come in add actually. Okay, and sorry, okay, we should click first here, then we need to select this condition, then only it will come in the and condition, otherwise it will go and create one more if condition. So click on that current item marks, click OK. Here less than 50 and greater than or equal to 35, right? And here log information is just passed. Fine. Now add the condition, sorry, one more action, result pass, right? Now other than this, so it means he is failed, so that what I am updating here is failed. Okay, and the action set field item result fail. Okay, now see, this is the workflow we have created to update the result of the student with the workflow based on the marks what he got. See here, this is the way, and if you observe the workflow design will be changed in 2010 actually, but in 2013 they are come with a different design. See, else and if like this, these conditions will be uh, broken. Okay, anyway, this you can understand if you have seen that SharePoint 10 2010 only. Okay, once this stage 1 is executed, if you want to stop the workflow, transition to stage. For example, if you have created more than one stage, once this stage is completed, if you want to redirect the stage 1 to stage 2, then you can mention here. But right now we don't have any stages, we have only one stage, so that's the reason we can make the action here. See, go to the stage 1. If you are selecting this one, again it will iterate and the same result will come. But if you have created more than one stage, you can select here stage 2, like another, if you have given any stage name you can select that. Okay, right now I'm selecting here end of workflow because I don't have any stages in this workflow, only I have single stage, that is stage 1. Okay, we have done with that workflow design. Now go and check for errors. Let's see. Okay, alright, there are no errors. Now save this. Actually it will take some time, but based on that server performance, it's saved. Even if you are saved this workflow, now if you go and check in the list workflow settings, you will not find out that workflow. Okay, anyway, go to the list settings and check there. we can go to the workflow settings from here and from here also directly. Okay, if we are going to through list settings, first click on the list settings, then you can see that workflow settings here. So now you can see that what are the workflows are attached to this list. See, right now there are no workflows actually. Okay, now I'm going to publish the workflow. Before going to publish the workflow, just go to the workflow settings and check that start options, how we can start that workflow here. So this is the way we can start the workflow. Okay, anyway, this is the means here I have selected only manually started. I didn't check this when item created and when an item is changed. Okay, now I'm going to publish. Let's see, we will start manually this workflow first, later we will update. Okay, it's published. Now refresh here, you can find out that workflow. See here, this workflow is showing here. Okay, now go to the school and create a one item. You can observe the column is added in the view. I will show it. Here I am adding the vijay, that is the title. Okay, I am adding the 67. Okay, ignore the result. That result will be updated with the workflow. Anyway, save here. Now see the test list workflow column is added here and the workflow is not yet started. Okay, now select that item and go to the items and you can start from here. Click on this and click on this again. Now that workflow is started. Once refresh it and you can observe that one. See, stage 1 and the result is failed. Oh god, what's happened? It should not come, right? It should be first class, I think. Okay, just a minute, I will check. Okay, if we check the condition here, I have given marks is less than 70 and again that marks is less than or equal to 70. Okay, this is the wrong logic, so just change this to greater than or equal to 50. Okay, here less than 50, greater than or equal 35. Okay, fine. Okay, now save this and again we need to publish. Publish this again. Now let's go to that site and we can start workflow manually again and we can see the result. Okay, go to the site and select the item first and go to the items ribbon and go to the workflows and start again this workflow. Just a minute, it is not updated. Just refresh. Yes, now it's came with the first class. So now it is executed. Perfect. Okay, if you are clicking on the stage one, you can see that comment we have given in the log, right? So that we can see here comment he is passed in first class. This is the description it will create in the workflow history. See. Okay, now go to the school and add a few more items. New item here. Rakesh, I'm giving one more and if I give an 89 and save it and again we need to start it manually. Okay, instead of doing that I can change that workflow start option here in the workflow settings. Go to the workflow settings and add these two options also, when an item is updated, when an item is created. In both the events that workflow should be triggered. So save this, and again we need to publish, because without publishing this workflow again, what are the changes we have done, those things will not be updated into the list. So that reason I'm publishing here. Okay, now we are done with that publishing. Now go to the site and add item. Here Raju, just I'm giving that 14 marks. Save, refresh it once. See, the result is failed, and I didn't start manually this workflow, just it is updated with that when an item is created. That's it. And even though that when an item is changed in that event also, that workflow should be triggered, and that result should be updated. See, here I am going to edit this item. Okay, edit item, and just give them 98. Save. Now you can see, just refresh, here you can see the result distinction. So this is the way we can create that workflow, that is a list workflow for the single list. If you want to assign the same workflow to the multiple lists, you can't do using the list workflow. So that is the reason that reusable workflow is introduced in the 2010 actually. Okay, now we will see that how we can create that reusable workflow, and how we can do that. I will explain that first. Okay, just go to the document again once. Here I will show that reusable workflow. Reusable workflow is nothing but you can create the reusable workflow to the content type actually. That content type can be added to that multiple lists. So that way that workflow also can be added to that multiple lists. Okay, the same example I will show in the reusable workflow. How we can create that reusable workflow, you can understand. Okay, let's go to the designer again. I will send the document, you can read remaining that information regarding that reusable workflow and that list workflow. Okay, anyway, go to the lists and libraries. Already we have created school list. Okay, let's we go with that another concept like the same concept we will implement, but here I will do with the class 1 list and class 2 list. These two are the lists. Okay, I will create, and with the different columns, but marks and the result, those two columns will be same for the two lists. Here I will take one content type for that. So see how we can attach that reusable workflow to these two lists. Okay, first for that we need to create that two lists and one content type. Okay, see, let's go to that designer, and let's go to that content types. First check there are any custom content types. Okay, anyway there are no. And go to that site columns also, we need to check that marks column and result column are existed in the site columns. There is no any marks column, and a result column also there is no any result column. Okay, anyway we need to create those two columns. Now in the site columns we are going to create that marks column like this, marks. Okay, here this is created for the reusable workflow. Here we can select that existing group, or we can create our own group also. Here what I want to do, I will create a one custom group, vijay columns. Okay, now the marks column is created into that vijay columns here. Okay, now I will create one more column, single line of text, that is the result already you know. Okay, here we will do the different thing. Choice column we can select here, result, set result for the reusable workflow, right? And here I can select that vijay. Oh, vijay columns, where is the vijay columns? There is no vijay columns. Okay, because why it is not here, I will tell you. Because we are not, let's cancel it first. Okay, we are not saved this one first, so that is the reason still it is not showing in that next column creation. Okay, first save this. Just save this. Okay, still it is not saved. Save this. Save this. Okay, now it is saved. Now let's see vijay columns. Okay, now go and create that choice here, results, result. Okay, paste. Okay, now select that vijay columns. See every time whenever you are creating new column or new content type, we must have to save that this column and content type first. Otherwise that information will not be updated to the content database, and we cannot see that data on the site also. Okay, click on this. Now we can column, we can give the column settings and description, ignore this one. Okay, here what I can do, distinction, first class, and pass, and fail. Okay, default one is that fail. Okay, how do you want to display that choice field? Drop down only. Okay, click OK. Now just let me check what are the settings I have given. Column settings, allow blank values, no. Click OK. Now save this again. Now okay, result is created, fine. Marks and result is created, so based on the marks we can provide the result. So this is enough. Okay, now go to that lists and libraries. Here we can create that class 1 and class 2. Okay, later also we can create now. Okay, let's say now create a content type first. Click on that content type. Now giving that name class result. Here content type for reusable workflow. Okay, now we need to select that our content type list content type and select that item. Okay, and the group we don't have any our group, just click and create that new group, content contents inside. Click Okay, now it's created, and go to that content type and add the columns, edit content type columns here, and we can add the columns, add existing site columns. Already we have created our columns. Just click on Vijay group. Okay, there is see. Okay, can we select group? No. Select marks and select that result also. Okay, now the content type is created. Now save this. Now let's go and create that workflow. Calm down. Okay, click on the reusable workflow. Give that name, reusable workflow for results. Okay, test reusable workflow. Okay, yeah, previously we have selected 2013, and I have explained that the design is changed from the 2010 and 2013. Let's see that how the design is changed with the same workflow. We can see here I have selected the 2010, that is the reason I will show that one how that is changed. Here content type, I told you already, we can attach this workflow to the content type, and the content type we can attach to the lists. So that way this is called reusable workflow. So that I am selecting here that content type. Calm down. What is our work? Sorry, content type, content class result, right? Yeah, click OK. Yes, class result only. Okay, now it is the design of the workflow. Okay, first I am adding this log to history action here, because I will give the description in the workflow history when that workflow is started, whether it is executed or not, whether it is entered into that loop or not, but that log information will be first created in the workflow history if you are giving this action first. Okay, reusable workflow is started, right? And give the condition now. Here select that current item and check the marks. Yes, here marks, and here give that greater than or equal to 70, right? Now give that action here, set field current item result. Here we can select, see, because this is the child's field, right? So that is the reason we can select here the distinction I have given. Okay, now click on that else branch. See how it is came. Okay, add here condition. See, this is I have informed before this kind of design is changed. Anyway, create marks, and here less than value 70 and condition, sorry, just delete this, just select here and click on the else branch. Sorry, just select this and click on the condition. Now you can here current item and the marks. Okay, and greater than here. Last time we have done mistake here. This time we should not repeat. Set field in correct item result first class, and the condition here, sorry, just remove this, just select here and enter the condition first, so then only it will come. Okay, marks here, again here I'm giving less than 50 and select here add and condition marks greater than or equal to 35. Okay, now set field in current item, just pass. Okay, now here select this else if and click on the else if branch. Here set result direct, no need to, sorry, by mistake I have selected again condition, just delete this. Okay, else here condition set field in, see you can, every time I'm selecting set field in current item it is showing in the recent actions, so that is the reason what I have used previously, those actions will be shown here. Actually in the first time it will show in the list actions, you can see here like this. Okay, set field fail. Okay, now see it's very simple and it looks also very simple in 2010 actually. Okay, now check for errors, there are no errors, click OK and save it first. Okay, now go to the workflow settings, see disable manual start option. Okay, publish this first. Whenever it is published, what it will happen, this will be added to the content type. This workflow, reusable workflow will be added to the content type. Okay, fine. Now we can go to the lists. Sorry, we are not having any lists, right, to add that content type. Okay, first we will create the lists. Just go here and create the list. You can create a number of lists, class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, like that. So for all the classes you can implement the same workflow, even though if you are changed the pass pass mark 35 to 40. Okay, go to here, see even if you are changed the pass mark 35 to 40, that value is changed in all classes, I mean all lists. So in all lists it will check if there is a mark if there is a mark value is greater than 40, then that result will be pass, like that the values the result will be changed. So in the single change it will be implemented to all lists. So this is the advantage with the reusable workflow. If anything is you want to change in the workflow, that information whatever you have changed, that condition whatever you have changed, that information will be updated in all lists. Okay, now go to the lists and libraries and create the lists. Now I am creating the custom list. Sorry, here class 1, ignore that description. Okay, go to the class 1 and first we need to add that content type. Okay, see see before going to add that add content type, we need to enable this allow management content type, otherwise it will show an error. See Click on the content type. See, to add in a content type to this list, you must enable this allow management content type in the settings part. So enable this and now save this. Okay, save this and now add. Now you can add what is that content type class result. Click OK. Okay, now here it is added that class result. Okay, now save this again. Okay, saved. Now go to that site and go to the site contents. You can see there only that class one list. Okay, click here and right now we are seeing only title column here because by default content type is the item content type, and the view also is selected only this column. If you want to change this, you can go to that view modify. Okay, and you can select that other two columns also, and whatever that other columns, whatever you want, you can select. See, marks and result is here. Okay, select, click OK. Now these two columns are clear here, and go and add the item using that class result. See here I'm giving again vijay and I'm giving 56. By default is showing here fail actually because we have set up the default values fail. Okay, anyway this value will be updated with the workflow based on the marks. Okay, I have given 56 here, so that result should become pass actually. Okay, click on the save, but here there is no any workflow is triggered as of now because we are not set up that workflow start option here. Okay, now go to that workflows and workflow settings and start options. Alright, here it is not showing any that extra column of the workflow. Okay, let's go and check in the designer first. See, it's a workflow, it is not attached to that any content type. So first associate, so attach this workflow to the content type by clicking on this associate to content type. Now it will be it will open in the this thing. Okay, I will enter here username and password here. Alright, here I have entered the username and password and clicking sign in. Oh, sorry, just a minute. Okay, now it's logged in and it will show that attach process in that content type section here actually. See here, reusable workflow we are adding here. Reusable workflow. Okay, adding tasks that if any tasks reusable workflow for test. Okay, here that tasks will be added into the task list and history will be added to the history list. Here we can set up that manual and automatical or whenever an item change, so those things we can give here. For the list workflow we can set up in that designer only, but here in for the reusable workflow we can set up in the site only. Okay, I'm giving these options here and click OK. Add this workflow to related to the content types, yes, because already we have added the content type to the class list. Now go to that class list and now see here you can find out that workflows. Click on this workflow and now run this workflow. Start this workflow. Now the result will be updated a default with the workflow. See, it's completed and the result is came first class. And create one more list with the same content type, and see, I'm going to create a list here, custom list. See, class 2, and just add that content type, that's it. That workflow will be added to this class 2 also. Go to that lists settings. You can add that content type from designer and from the UI part also. Before going to add the content type, because we are not able to see that content type section here. Okay, before going to add the content type, we need to enable that management of content types here. Click OK. Now we can see that content types here. We can add the existing content type. See, groups already vijay content type. Click OK now. Now go to the class 2 and add that columns to the view, results and marks. Click OK. Now add the item. See, when I'm clicking on that new item, it is creating with that default content type. So whenever you are creating an item with the default content type, the workflow will not trigger on this item, because for the default item that workflow is not attached. Okay, go to that our custom content type and create item here, like give 78. See, it is selected fail because it is a default value for the result. Select it. It is showing in the fail because and it is showing in that in progress because that workflow is still in progress. Just refresh here. See, it is showing distinction. This way you can create number of lists and you can add that reusable workflow to the lists using the content type. Okay, if you have any doubts on this class, just put a comment on this, put a comment on the below video. I will answer that your query or question. Okay, and for any more information, please send mail to vijay.angular@gmail.com. I will try to reply. Thank you for attending the workflows class. That's it. Have a nice day.